All right, well, we're back with another episode of Conversations and Connections. We're the official podcast of the Family Crisis Center of East Texas. And I'm Stuart Burson, the prevention coordinator for the agency. And with us today, one of the newer members of our agency, Angela Turner, who's our Marketing and Communications Coordinator. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you, Stuart. It's great to be here. Great to be on the podcast.
Awesome. So I wanted Angela to come on the podcast for two reasons. First of all, I just kind of wanted her to kind of introduce herself and kind of talk about what you do as Marketing and Communications Coordinator and how you found yourself here and things like that. But also, it may be hard for a lot of us to believe that Christmas is just around the corner.
That's right.
And if you're familiar at all with the Family Crisis Center, a lot of you may know that we have programs in place to help our clients and to work with our clients. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So, Angela, first of all, let's just talk a little bit about your position here at the agency, Marketing and Communications Coordinator. What does one do in that position?
Hi, Stuart. Again, great to be here. Marketing and Communications Coordinator really is just that. I handle the agency's marketing and communications efforts, including public relations, social media, promotion of awareness events.
Okay.
We just wrapped up our Domestic Violence Awareness Month in October.
Right.
I was honored to be a part of that.
You kind of got, what do they call it, baptism by fire? You kind of came in the busiest time of the year.
Yes, so I started in September, and then Domestic Violence Awareness was October. So
Right.
I jumped right in, which was just fantastic, and I've been learning a lot, and I'm just really excited to be part of the agency.
Awesome. So, kind of like I said a few minutes ago, it's that time of the year to kind of start talking about all things Christmas, believe it or not. And, one of the big events that we have every year is the Adopt a Family program. Let's just kind of talk about that.
Okay. Yes, so the agency every year does an Adopt a Family program, and I'm excited to be in charge of that this year.
Yay!
We are fortunate that we have wonderful advocates working here, and they help identify families that are in need of some assistance this year for Christmas. And we've put together a list of some families that could use some help from the community this year.
Sure. Go ahead.
And
Go ahead.
So we are just asking any individuals, businesses, organizations, church groups, anybody out there interested in adopting a family, they can contact me, and they will be matched with a family and receive a wish list from the family.
Okay, that's what I was kind of interested to know is if someone wants to adopt a family, what's the process of that? They just don't go into it blindly. We kind of give them an idea of what this family may need, and especially and what the children may want for Christmas or want from Santa, right?
Yes, we try to make it as easy as possible for members of our community to shop for survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault and their families. So the wish list will contain information on each family member, including their gender, their age, clothing and shoe size, as well as 3 items on a wish list. And those can include really, well, with the children, really anything, what their preference is for a toy, or an article of clothing, or some special item that they are wanting.
Well, I adopted a family last year, and from what I remember, I got my list, and it gave like the sizes of the parent and the child, and what the child likes, like if they like books or they like, I don't know, Hot Wheels or whatever, and now I kind of asked for, let me shop for a boy. I could probably shop for a little boy a whole lot easier than I could shop for a little girl. I did find some trouble in the women's department at Target trying to find something for the mother. But
you did it. That's good.
But it's fun. It's fun, especially if you don't have a big family to shop for and you kind of want to get into that Christmas spirit and shop for someone especially in need. Because I think a lot of people, they need to know that a lot of people either in the safe house or just even, they don't necessarily have to be in the same house, but just a client of ours, because of the situation they're in, they may not have a lot, and especially someone here in the safe house, they may come here with just the clothes on their back and that's it. And they really don't have anybody else to turn to. And it kind of stinks, especially if you're a kid at Christmas time and, you're in this situation and you're somewhere where you're not familiar or in a situation that is uncomfortable. You want that not just the child, but the family to have a nice holiday, nice Christmas.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we all know that feeling of
Sure.
opening a present on Christmas morning, and
Yeah.
you feel special and loved, and you feel like someone cares. And I think for the families that we serve, as you mentioned, they don't necessarily have a lot. These
Right.
are families that are rebuilding their lives, or families that are just leaving a situation with sometimes just the clothes on their back.
Exactly.
And to have something that makes them feel special and included and loved at Christmas is incredibly important for their emotional well-being, their motivation
Yeah.
to improve their lives, and just for comfort.
And we'll talk here in a minute about the deadline that we'd like to have these things into the agency. And it's a little early because one thing I think that is neat is that someone adopts a family, they buy the stuff. We ask them not to wrap it or anything. They bring it here. And then, if it's possible, the parent wraps the child's stuff at least so they can have a part in getting their child something for Christmas,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. So when an individual business or group is matched with the family,
Mm-hmm.
they'll, in addition to receiving the family's wish list, they'll receive a flyer with all of the instructions and details.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those details is to include wrapping supplies and
Oh, okay.
and keep the gifts unwrapped,
Okay.
as you said. And that's serves an important purpose because we have the families, the parents, actually wrap the gifts so they can feel included in this process.
Yeah.
And it just makes them feel good about doing something
Sure.
good for their kids. So
That's-
we ask for wrapping supplies and that the gifts come to us unwrapped.
So, when's the ideal time? Is there a set deadline? If someone wants to adopt a family, when would you like for them to have the gifts and the wrapping supplies and everything delivered here?
We are asking that unwrapped gifts and wrapping supplies be brought to the Lufkin Administrative Office by December 7th
Okay.
by 5 p.m.
Okay. Because again, that gives everybody enough time because we got to kind of sort through everything. Okay, this is for this family, this is for that family, and then have the parent enough time to wrap the presents and for their children and
Yes,
things like
exactly. That's why we're ahead of the curve with this. So because of the logistics on the back end,
Sure.
getting all of the gifts here, organizing them, and,
Yeah.
and getting them to the family that asked for them, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing takes a little bit of time. But we understand that people are busy, and December 7th is our deadline. But if anyone wants to adopt a family or hasn't finished shopping just yet, they can contact me, and we can certainly make arrangements. We
And that's
really
gonna
do
be-
appreciate it.
And that's my next question. They need to contact you. How do they get a hold of you?
So they can contact me by calling me here at the agency. The phone number is 936-639-1681. They can email me. My email is aturner@fccet.com. And also go on Facebook, Family Crisis Center of East Texas. I'm responsible for the social media, so I'm on
So you're
there.
bound to see it.
I'm bound to see it. You can go to our Facebook page. We do have all the information on our Adopt a
Okay.
Family program there.
And I don't know and I don't mean to throw you a curve here if you don't know this, that's fine. But do you know about how many families are we looking to supply gifts for?
We have 58 families that were provided to us to be
Okay.
adopted, and we have my guesstimate is about 20 more families to go. So
Okay.
we really, really do need anybody in the community that feels called or
Yeah.
feels it in their heart that they would like to support survivors of domestic violence this Christmas, to contact me and adopt a family, and we'll get you set up.
Excellent. And it is a good feeling. If you want that giving feeling, and you just don't want to give cash to someone or whatever, if you actually, I guess that's what I liked. I actually liked the process of actually going to the store and having a list and shopping. And it's just kind of fun, even for, a grown man to say, okay, now, when I was 10 years old, what would I want? If I were 10, what would I like to have? And shopping for children especially, I guess for me, is just really a neat thing to do.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for parents and grandparents to teach their own children about giving.
Very good, yeah.
Adopt a family and take your kids shopping and show them the list that we're going to shop for children that are less fortunate than us. It's a wonderful teachable moment and a great lesson to teach your kids this time of year.
I don't know why I've never thought of that, but that is good if you have kids, to kind of show them the meaning of Christmas, is giving to others. Okay, we're going to shop for a family who may not be as fortunate as us, and doing something like that. That's great.
And children love to do it. They really do. They're already in the spirit. Yeah. And to shop for another child, it's just magical.
Sure. That's awesome. So not only are we doing our Adopt a Family program, but we're also doing a food drive. Right?
Yes, we are.
So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that as well.
Sure. So we are doing a food drive through December 7th, which is the end of Adopt a Family. So it's going on in conjunction with Adopt a Family. As you know, here, food is an ongoing need during the holidays and all year long.
Sure.
This is really the time of year when people think about giving. Canned food drives are popular this time of year, and so we are asking the community to donate any unexpired, non-perishable food items and or canned goods.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be just canned. It can be boxed, like the processed food.
Sure. Boxed
I hate to
mashed
say
potatoes.
processed food. Processed food sounds so negative for some reason to me, but stuff that is non-perishable that you can store on the shelf.
Like to say pantry staples.
There you
if it'll keep in your pantry.
There you go.
We would like to have it. It just maximizes our ability to provide meals for.
And what do we do?
Our clients here.
And so for the food drive, the food we get, is that food to feed our clients here in the safe house, or is that food to make food boxes for our clients and out of the?
It is for both.
Okay.
Again, our advocates do a wonderful job of identifying those families that need food assistance.
Right.
And they are provided with the food that they need. And, of course, the families here in the safe house.
Right. Okay. Yes. And again, if you want to contribute to that, same deadline, December the 7th.
Same deadline. Right? And we say if you want to adopt a family, when you bring the gifts by on December 7th, bring in a few cans of food too. If you'd like.
That's awesome.
Contribute to the food drive. Goes a long way.
So, but before we wrap things up, I kind of want to go back to you again. A little bit. The most fun part of the podcast, right?
Sure.
So, how long have you been here now at the agency?
I have been at the agency since September.
Okay.
So I am relatively new.
So what were you doing before you came here?
I'm originally from Houston, and my background is in the nonprofit world. I worked at Texas Children's Hospital. I started there in 2005. And worked in the development office there doing communications there. So it's similar to what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I've spent my career working in the nonprofit world and really enjoy it. And this is obviously a smaller organization, but that's been a wonderful blessing because I get to be a part of so much.
Sure.
And so much more. And so it's wonderful to be here.
So a person how does one find themselves who's from Houston in deep East Texas?
Well, this city girl was just ready for a change.
Okay.
And, with COVID and everything, we just made a lifestyle decision to simplify things and to just have a different way of life. I have a farm up here in East Texas.
Okay. I was trying to figure out, okay, now how we're going to segue into your livestock collection that you
my
have
livestock
here.
collection. So my husband and I, we have a farm now, and it's just a wonderful way to live. We breed and raise Kiko goats, as well as Kuni pigs. So we really do have a farm up here, and it's just been fantastic. Very, very different for this city girl.
Right.
Yeah.
And so a question that I ask a lot of our staff who've come on this show, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. What got you interested in this line of work? I mean, did little Angela from Houston ever, when you were little, did you think about service, or is this something you discovered as you got a little older that this is something you really wanted to do?
I got interested in volunteering and serving in college.
Okay.
I joined a group called Volunteer Houston, and they help prospective volunteers get matched with a nonprofit.
Okay.
And so I was able to get matched with the nonprofit, and I became a math tutor to a visually impaired student. And I'm definitely an English writing communications. That's my thing.
I hear you.
I would probably say that math was my weakest subject.
I understand that.
But it was a wonderful experience to be able to serve others. And so I really started in college giving back, and then when the position at Texas Children's became available after I graduated, I jumped on that, and boy, what a rewarding place to work on behalf of sick children and to help families.
Yeah.
Using my gifts, my professional
Sure.
talents.
Where'd you go to school? Where'd you go to college?
I went to the University of Houston Honors College.
Okay.
And go Cougs. And then I graduated from Chapman University in Orange, California.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow.
yes.
Okay. And what's your degree in?
My degree is in political science. I did study marketing and communications, PR, at the University of Houston Honors College for 3.5 years, and then
Excellent.
Graduated.
Okay. Well, before we wrap things up, is there anything that we haven't touched on with this that you want to make sure everybody knows about? Are we good?
Just want to say thank you to everyone that has adopted a family and given to our food drive. We have an amazing community up here in East Texas, and thank you so much for doing that. And if you are interested in adopting a family or contributing to the food drive, I am easy to find. Please find me. aturner@fccet.com. Shoot me an email, and I will send you a family to adopt and help us reach our goal.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela. This wasn't so hard, was it?
No, this is great. This is great. Thanks, Stuart.
Of course, that's me preparing you that I'm sure you'll be called back from time and time again.
I would love to come back.
come on the podcast and talk about stuff. All right. Thanks, Angela Turner. She's not so brand new anymore, but still new Marketing and Communications Coordinator for our agency. And again, I'm going to give a thanks to her. If you have any questions or comments about what you've heard today, you can give us an email at conversationsandconnections@fccet.com. Also, if you feel like you need our services, we do have a toll-free 24-hour-a-day hotline. That number is 1-800-828-7233. Again, 1-800-828-7233. And I encourage you, if you like what you hear, subscribe to Conversations and Connections. You can subscribe via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and pretty much any podcast service of your choice. And remember, as always, be the voice, if not for you, for someone else.